Good morning, Capricorn. If you want to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support. Here's your ink blot made in your name and essence if you want to take a screenshot. And this color ink blot is what we'll be scrying, adding tarot and oracle that complements your contrastual ink blot we did earlier in May. Thank you so much for holding space for me to share my insights, for being my muse, and allowing me to be a guest in your aura, Capricorns. Did I say I'll add tarot and oracle?
Only for you.
And the spirit box is already on and kicking. Hopefully you can hear it okay. I'm going to take a moment, Capricorns, to close the eyes, cleansing the palate, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. Let's go. Always know that I am so grateful for your subscribing, sharing, and commenting what you see, sense, and feel. Capricorns, I'm
Leaving.
I just heard Dancing with the Devil. Dancing with the Devil. Are you leaving Dancing with the Devil? And I know that Capricorns are, we, also being a Capricorn. There's definitely something. I'll see if I can share him up. There he is, right there. And see like the big wings? And then there's an owl standing out right here. And then we got some communication going on. Okay. Let's... Capricorns. This Dancing with the Devil is now surrounded in light. There might have been something... Priest. Okay. I'll say... Yep, I'll go there. Something that you might have exercised within the self. Knowing that your devil, your shadow, the archetype, the energy is not the enemy. If it was something external to you, wasn't the enemy. It was simply a very clear way, person, place, or thing, situation type thing that was manifesting for you to see clearly. So that it's almost like you would know that your thoughts or your thinkings weren't crazy. It's surrounded by light, and now it's as if this devil shadow aspect, this, that, or the other, it's like you recognize something, and just by the recognizing of it, and then any actions that followed up in regards to it, they might have been subtle. And I see seeds from the subconscious coming up, like they're growing up because you recognized it. And then these little actions, reaffirmations, was part of the exercise of the exorcism. Yes, exercising the exorcism. Does that make sense? I feel like it does. Hopefully that language comes through okay. All right, when I look at the owl, what are you saying? Something about the heart space. Something about a piece of my heart. So it's something I care about. Something I care about. It's almost as if this external entity or green ray. Oh, okay. I heard ray, but I don't think the green ray is the heart. That's fine. It says pray. The reaffirmation. I'm drawing back in pieces of my heart. Piece of my heart. Yes. Wisely. There's... Okay, the wisdom of my... This is how I'm feeling, sorry, so I'm going to put it in first person. The wisdom of my heart piece of this thing that I care about, and it can be anything, if you know me, person, place, or thing, this, that, or the other. I'm drawing it back, and that's the seed in the subconscious that now I'm nurturing with these. I do feel like they're subtle actions, and they're unseen, they're silent, they're not for prying eyes, because now I know my wisdom owl and my shadow subconscious are working together, and that if anything external is still fading in my exercising, then I'm going to keep paying attention to that and not get angry at it, disgruntled, or discouraged. I'm going to say, okay, but I'm working on it. Yep. I still have that, but it draws it closer and closer and closer for me to like put this piece of my heart back in place on my terms. And it's clean. It's surrounded by light. I'm seeing it like Pong. It could have been something that you went back and forth about. Maybe it was a person. Maybe it was a job. I don't know what it is. It's none of my business. I'm going to come down. Okay, so I'm in a bubble. I don't know if it's a fishbowl or just simply an energetic bubble. I could be in like the throat. It's very blue. Could be in the throat or third eye space. Emotions, this, that, or the other. It's not the point. Should blue mean anything to you? Shades of blue. Okay, so there's someone in spirit. Am I yelling? I feel like I'm yelling. They're dropping down. I think it's, I don't know how to say it, a wish or a want. I don't know what it is yet. It looks like a puppy dog, something loyal to you. Anyway, so I'm seeing this face and it's like rubbing noses. What is that called? An Eskimo kiss?
Guilty.
And they are, but there's somebody else. I feel like I'm yelling. That's okay. There's something or someone else. Like this is a 3-part connection. It's almost like if I could say like the highest self is dropping in your soul to connect with the self. Does that make sense? I feel like it does. Let's see if I can share this without knocking everything. So there's the self. There's this person. That's what I'm seeing as the soul. And this is that being, like holding it down to be like, can you smell it? Oh, can you smell the success of this? Because there's some sort of protection. And interestingly enough, when I wander into the higher space, higher self space, they are coming in from the very root of the self, ironically. It's always grounding you, even though the energy or the expression of it is very etheric. Your soul, again, apply whatever trifecta feels good. Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Mother, Maiden, Crone, Self, Soul, Spirit, intellect, intuition with the imagination in between. Okay, I'm going to actually land in there. The intellect of the self, the intuition of the higher self, and the imagination of the soul space. That's where I'm landing, Capricorns. Okay, and when I follow down the root, the spine of the self or the intellect, like right at the butt nugget of it all, it's like I'm seeing 2 eyes. Okay, it's like I can see clearly what I want for my foundations. But Capricorns have the bravery to understand by that request to see clearly means come back to the top. You will see where, who, things, this, that, or the other, you're dancing with the devil. And I'm not trying to be all nasty Nelly in regards to the devil archetype, because there's such a powerful purpose to that. But that's it. It's powerful. It's going to like punch you in the face about things. Not everyone has.
Finish.
It's like everyone's saying, oh, I want clarity or the truth to be exposed. But as it's exposed, it's rejected. It's like, well, that can't be the truth. But I don't know. Anyway, do you know what I'm saying?
Gone.
Okay. So I'm going to wander down to the bottom here. I'm seeing a unicorn. And if I recall, perhaps it's just in my imagination, but I kind of feel like I have a tether to something I personally have also read, heard, etc. somewhere in my lifetime. That the Capricorn sea goat is also connected to the mythical creature of the unicorn, as well the alligator. But I'm not sure if that's like astrological mythology or just, again, in my imagination, I'm making it up. Really not the point. There's the unicorn. They're connected. The horns are connected to the eyes. So maybe something about the temple, sitting with the self, sitting with the intellect. And instead of in the exercise of exorcism or exercising, it's like sitting with the self and honoring that self, the body, the meat suit, the bones, the complications, the intellectualizing information, etc. And not necessarily drawing out external energies, but connecting with your own higher self to interact with the imagination or the soul. This feels very protected again. I know I said that, but I would like to reaffirm it. Yep. Okay, there is something about, there was blood spilt about something, and I'm seeing it like if I was seeing a movie, sorry, well, I don't have an oracle while I'm sitting here. If I was seeing a movie and like something was,
Brandy.
dead, and you would see like the blood, just like the river, whatever. And anyway, that's what I'm seeing. We're here for Capricorn. There's a kindness on my backpack. Something might have been self-inflicted, some sort of suffering or a cycle of suffering. Again, this brings me back into like dancing with the devil of these external energies, possibly to keep you in a certain place. I don't know, or suppression. Okay, sovereignty just came in. What is it that I want? What is it that
11.
I want? Kindness. Backpack of kindness. And it's also in the spine. It's not the word I heard. So when I look at the unicorn or the sea goat, like it is their spine, but the body is horizontal versus us being upright. I don't know if that means anything to anyone. Attraction and growth. What is it that I want? I have exorcised the demon. Okay, I'm being brought back over to your contrastal ink blot where I feel kind of bound and strung up and held, but I'm getting ready to skyrocket. Okay, skyrocket. But it has to be, that means I have to let go of what poor, I don't want to say poor people, but they're just not in alignment. But there might be some sort of guilt that like if you skyrocket or wander away or you move, whatever the case may be, they might project it. And again, but then I'm seeing dancing with the devil, and compassionately I understand, but I'm not receiving that because I'm reaffirming. Okay, I'm going to flip it. Capricorns, thank you so much for being here. Like, sharing, and subscribing, all that kind of good stuff. I'm back in that warrior place. 44 could be a number. Thank you to all those that donate and subscribe, share, comment. You guys like truly warm my little haunted heart. Growth. Where am I going? 5, growth, change. You are changing it up. Exercise and exorcisms. So I feel like those might have a play, word play. You play with the word play. Oh, okay. Okay. Deep magician vibes. It's like medicinal magicianry. I'm not even sure if that's a thing, but I'm going to go with it. Yeah, there's something about in this protective bubble. Maybe there's something that you're just not sharing yet. I just heard crisscross applesauce, cross my heart and hope to die, stick a needle in my eye. Maybe about making a promise to oneself. Capricorn, I feel as though the personality traits, it's their something about personality.
Ethan.
sovereignty. Did we talk about sovereignty before? Did that come up? Sovereignty? Or was that just in, again, in my imagination? Not the point. There's that protectiveness. Okay, when I was talking about that bubble, there it is. And if you can kind of see it here, there's the bubble of protection. But I'm applying the protection with the trifecta. You know how when there's a fire and the flames, the color of the flames indicate different hotnesses, or I don't know, something like that. You know what I mean? Like the yellow part of the flame means this, the blue flame means this, the red, the orange. I'm seeing a purple flame, and I don't know what that means. On the bottom, we have self-love, balance, and self-reflection. Like, how mirroring are those? Oh, okay. See here? All three. Intellect, imagination, intuition, self, soul, spirit. Yada, 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 yada.
I'm confused.
Yeah. Okay. And I see that confusion through the fog over the eyes. There might be different. Okay. So I'm looking at a sky, clouds, and you know, like there can be different layers, and it's like this one's moving, this one's still, this one's going that way. There's different layers to the sky of different people, places, or things, even perhaps your own dreams, wants, or desires. And I'm in regards to the sovereignty of the self, and I feel like this is the silent part. I'm speaking to my team, and I'm clarifying, parting the clouds in the different layers. And what's that? Layers, but it's like the degrees of, anyway, I don't
Push.
I don't know the word. I do know the word, but I don't know the word. Not when I'm here in the liminal. Anyway, so it's like, okay, I see these clouds moving, and then I kind of push them out of the way, and I recognize them, whatever I'm not seeing, but then I realize, okay, then there's the next layer of clouds is doing this, and that's doing that, and I'm greeting each one, but this is all in regards to me, into my sight of perspective, not perception, and not what others want me or wish for me to perceive, because I feel those. I feel as when they're other people, places, or things that I care about or I have concerns, my perception changes, and I want to stay or solidify my perspective. Different, right? Okay. Thank you. So I'm moving all these clouds. There's something that's like being untied. Like I'm seeing like a shoelace that has started to release. I'm also seeing an arrowhead, an ancient arrowhead.
Below.
I'm seeing a lamb. I feel like it's kinder emotions towards myself. Nope. Okay. And that can also be silent. Doesn't have to be. If there's a particular persona, you need to be. Maybe it's for work or whatever role you may play. And you bring out certain archetypes of the self to fulfill that task or that situation, whatever the case may be. And you pull up, you draw up from your abundance of archetypes to pursue or finish this task. It's not falsifying anything. That's just intelligent. It's intelligent use of your interconnected nature within the self of the interdimensional self. Yes. Okay. But my kindness to myself, sovereignty of my whole self, whole, all, is kind. 5 of submersibles. Another change even in the emotional state of reflecting. Oh, we even had that? Do we have that? Self-reflection. 5 of submersibles. Maybe it's something you do in the bedroom late at night. Maybe it's something you do, or if you work nights, you do before you go to bed. And the self-reflection of your whole team. I'm also coming in with the lamb for myself. If that symbol means anything to you, please follow it. But I'm seeing like sacrifice. And there might have been some emotional sacrifices made along the way. And it kind of birthed like this weird, I'm seeing it weird anyway. I'm going to call it like a dragon, but it looks like a heart, like with the different vessels sticking out, but they're not attached to anything. Because they could be, they could be attached to something outside of myself. And it's like it's only pumping out versus also coming back in. Okay, so that's starting to be what I'm sensing is like severed in that self-reflection of what my energy is connected to. Exercising and exorcism. Back again. Okay, getting ready to close out here for the Capricorn. I'm up at the top. What do we have here? Captain of Leviathans, yeah. Stepping up. Like, look at that. Assurity is the word coming through. Assurity.
It's bright.
I'm also seeing like Cubert. It's a bright future, Capricorn, right from the spirit space. I think last time or the time before there was imbeciles, so maybe that was part of like just being frustrated with any imbecilic interconnected, whatever the case may be. But there's that arrowhead. I'm seeing the arrowhead with this warrior, and I'm seeing a bat here. It's like there's a marking on your face regarding the third eye, which is really drawing me into the subconscious, like as a remembering, and I see Satan. It. I see it. To remember the power and sovereignty of my subconscious or the devil energy is not my enemy. But if it's externalized, it's there for you to clearly see. Only the brave ask that and will receive it. I'm seeing the head connected to the back space, the back of the head connected to the back.
Help me.
This is help me, help you, help me, help you. If anyone's having any headaches or backaches, I feel like it's part of this push and pull of, I'm seeing doves. Are they doves? Some sort of bluebird. Anyway, there's that blue again. Because it's like 2 parts of the self are, and they're both of the self, are like pulling, like a tug of war. And that's part of the exercise and exorcism.
What do you want?
Clear what you want. Clear it up. This back and forth pong tug of war of what peace is, looks like, feels like in whatever relationship. Sovereignty of the self. Just say what you want. Clarify it. And like converse it out. Converse it out with your own consciousness. Cubert, again, was going up. I think it's a pyramid. He goes up, but I don't actually know the whole game. All right, Capricorns, closing out. We have here right, teacher, spiritual law of attraction. Whether you say it, write it, words, your words are wicked and wise. Capricorn, wicked and wise. It's like you're being taught is how I'm feeling. Capricorns, we are being taught from a higher space of, and I'm not saying higher in some sort of hierarchy. There's a willingness to exercise what no longer serves or use a muscle to clarify.
Push.
I'm working on my abs, or I'm working on my arms, and then applying that almost like that same simplicity to situations. How can I work this to my advantage? And yes, to my advantage. It's not selfish. It's to my advantage for the highest good. From that higher self space, that is the teacher coming in, but I also feel as though that it's that whole team of teachers, and you are part of the teacher team. So just by existing, doing what you do, and applying these subtle things, you are teaching others. You're teaching others truths because maybe they've asked for clarification, and then you embody it externally to them, and it's up to them if they perceive or have perspective, likable or not, to see the truth that they've asked for. It's not your truth. It's just a reflection of their truth. So just by you tangibly in third eye walking about are also a reflection as a teacher. And then last but not least, coming into spiritual law of attraction, clarify what you want. Even draw it, write it out, whatever those words. Wordless is also a space. Allowing the space for one to be wordless, to feel, embody the feelings will help bring about that law of attraction once you clarify what you want and not feeling bad about it, and nor applying external expectations.
Above.
Like, be open to things beyond your own, I'm going to say perception versus perspective, because that's heightening through this. Okay, Capricorns, I've rambled on way too long, but thank you so much again for being my muse. And I will see you next time closer to June. Bye.